later tonight. We've got Democratic strategist Andrew Feldman with us, Special Assistant for Economic Policy under Bush 43, Brian Reardon, and Independent Women's Forum, Sabrina Schaefer. Sabrina, obviously the president wants to reclaim the agenda now. By now, of course, we know how the week started and the good reception he got to his speech before Congress, and then the Jeff Sessions, the recusal, and all the talk. How is this ending in your eyes? How are you seeing it wrapping up?
You know, I actually think that this is going to be sort of good all around. I think that we always do want the media to investigate more. I was bothered by the last 8 years when the media just sort of ignored all sorts of private meetings and conversations that the Obama administration had. So I think in the sort of the big picture, this is a good thing that we're a little bit more, we're taking sort of some of this a little bit more seriously. But I do think that this is an administration that's going to learn, just like every administration before them, how to sort of manage the tension between things going on that are sort of negative in the media and things that are going on that they want to push forward that are positive. And I think there's a lot of positive things on the education front. Certainly expanding educational freedom is a great thing that lots of conservatives and can get behind. And we're talking about repealing and replacing Obamacare. That's good news for the administration. So I think that they have plenty of things to focus on, and that in the end, this is sort of good for the country.
You know, Brian Reardon, when you look at this, and I don't know how much you saw with Bush 43 and all, everything goes in waves. You know, you got a series of good press days or a series of bad press days, but we have this study out today that shows this president gets a disproportionate number of bad press days. About 88% of the stories gleaned by the Media Research Institute and some of these others to have not been friendly to him. Now, always in the eye of the beholder, and then he will say this was a lot of the president's own doing and picking fights with the press. But how does he get his message out? And is there concern among the Republicans you talk to that he has to work a lot harder to do that?
Yeah, I don't think Trump has ever had a problem getting his message out. And this is nothing more than an extension of what you saw during the campaign. And so, you know, I've been focused on tax cuts and making sure that we move the Brady plan, the House blueprint, through the Congress. And my expectation is that he's going to be able to focus on that and the health care provisions and the other things that are out on his plate at the same time that they deal with this.
You know, Andrew Feldman, Democrats like to point out that when it comes to the health care thing, that Republicans are realizing how easy it is to criticize, but very difficult to come up with a solution or a fix yourself. And there does seem to be some indication that certainly conservative Republicans are balking at what the House and Senate leadership wants to do. How bad do you think this gets, or is it just, a tempest in a teapot?
Neil, good to be with you. I think it's very bad. I mean, look, we're just hearing big platitudes, big statements from Trump and members of Congress, but we have no real plans, right? I mean, first of all, the health care plan, Trump said the other day that it was more complicated than he could even think of. Obviously, it's complicated. Obviously, it's difficult. This is something that we've been dealing with since Richard Nixon was president. If it was so simple, we would have had a real answer a long time ago. And this is going to be very complicated because, you know what? 20 million new people have health care under Obamacare, and the reality is that Trump's math doesn't add up, right? You can't keep people on their health care who have pre-existing conditions, people who are 26 and under on their parents'
doesn't add up, right?
The math doesn't add up.
Most people are very happy when they hear about 20 million getting health insurance. I won't argue with that.
The math doesn't add up for Donald Trump's plan.
Well, but the math, it's not sustainable right now the way it's going, whether you buy a Republican fix or not. I mean, they got to do something, right? You would acknowledge that.
Look, I would acknowledge absolutely that there are things that are, I think, Neil, that there are things that couldn't be fixed with Obamacare, but that's what I would do. I would work on fixing the existing system, because what the plan that we have now, I don't think they have a way to pay for it, right? How can you keep everyone on, that they want to be covered and pay for it, without adding millions and trillions to the debt? Look at his budget plan. That's dead on arrival coming to Congress.
In Washington, we have a bottom line, and it is called elections. And Republicans understand that if they mess this up, and it is very complicated. It probably shouldn't have to be so complicated. It's a commodity, health care. I don't know why it's so complicated. But if they mess this up, then 2018 will not go the way that they want. So Republicans are working
Sabrina,
very hard.
I don't think they should have gone first with this. I think it's so complicated or whatever. It's such a Herculean task and getting everyone on the same page. They seem to be in agreement on the tax cut thing. There was more agreement there.
I'm in agreement with that.
It's too late for that. But, Brian, what do you make of that? That if they had their druthers for a do-over, a mulligan, or whatever they call it in golf, they would not have done it the way they're doing it now. What do you think?
Well, I think that both these things, the health care and the tax bill, are really big lifts. They're trying to transform how people get insurance. They're trying to transform our tax code from one of the worst in the world to one of the best. And so either one is going to have, it's going to be declared dead 5 or 6 times before it ends up on the president's desk and it gets signed into law. That's what happens with all these big reforms, and I think you're just seeing that taking place now. I'm confident that they're going to be able to get the health care thing done. They have to. The exchanges are dying. You can't get insurance on the exchanges at an affordable rate anymore. So they're going to have to do that, and they're going to have to do something about the tax cuts.
We shall see. Guys, I don't want to
Neil,
jump
they're
on you there.
going to have to work with Democrats, too, Neil. They're going to have to work with Democrats
and come
together.
together. A lot of group hugging here, guys. All right, thank you very, very much. We'll watch how